An ancient Chinese therapy for removing stagnation and blockage and excess fluids that accumulate in the body is something called Gua Sha. You might have heard its common use, Gua Sha, in health and beauty departments because usually we're using small stones, jade stones, or stones that are smooth-ended to rub on the skin to enhance the circulation. But that's kind of a modern way, although it's very, very effective, a modern way to use Gua Sha. The ancient Chinese method of Gua Sha is way different than that. We would use the same type of a device, either a rounded stone, or I love to use Chinese soup spoons because they have a rounded edge, but please don't use coins that have a serrated edge. You really don't want to be cutting into the skin or scratching the skin like that. But let's say I have a joint fluid problem. Maybe I had an injury. My elbow is very, very sore. It could be my back and my neck, could be my knees, could be my hips, could be anywhere in the body that would hold congestion. What we're going to do is use a little bit of a massage oil in that area, lubricating oil, so that you have a good glide surface for the spoon. And then what we're going to do is we're going to glide that spoon back and forth and back and forth. And I know that I'm not going to do it very efficiently here like I would in normal therapy. What usually ends up happening is this will start rupturing tiny little blood vessels in the skin. Again, something very, very similar to cupping is that any kind of extravasation, which means to pull out of a vessel, either a capillary or a small little vein, its contents of fluid into the surrounding tissue causes an inflammatory response. And this will remove blockages in the qi, blockages from dampness, which is a manifestation of moisture being trapped in the body, or ultimately qi stagnation issues where the qi, the life force of the body, is not moving in that area. So Gua Sha usually we'll see if you have the breakdown of the name. Gua means to scrape, and Sha is the petechia, the little rash that develops from constantly aggravating or stimulating that skin. Once the Gua Sha is finished, you'll see usually large marks either on the back, the shoulders, or the joints where that skin's been irritated. And although it looks pretty scary, it is definitely very, very effective therapy in Chinese medicine. So if you have never done Gua Sha and you want to go beyond the beauty, always look at Gua Sha medically. This is another great therapy that we can use to bring you back to balance.